and sisters, welcome to this edition to Henry Parker Presents the C.D. Storm Show. And we have two distinguished guests here today, and I'm just going to let them introduce themselves. And we'll start with you, brother in the middle. Tell the people
I'm
who
gonna be
you
the
are.
longest. No, sir. My name is. Hey, what's up, y'all? Thank you for having me here, CD.
It's my pleasure.
Appreciate this.
Yes, sir.
My name is Supreme. Full name is CEO, founder of Supreme Entertainment. Also, I'm your community agent of change. I, constantly work with organizations, nonprofits, to help them and engage the community and empower the community to get up there, as well as trying to put together the independent industry here.
Okay. Next to my far right.
Mm-hmm.
Introduce yourself, brother.
My name is Chuck Turner, and I've been here in Boston for about 52 years, and I'm spending my time trying to make some sense out of nonsense.
Yes.
And still struggling, but it's
Hey,
not getting clear,
Struggle. Yes,
Yes,
it is.
Yes, it is.
Well,
You came when I was born.
is it right?
I knew you were going to come, so I came up to Boston.
You see that? But I'm going to get right to it, and I'm going to start with you, Mr. Turner. I understand that you of Boston Jobs Coalition.
Mm-hmm.
Can you expound on that a little bit for us, please?
Yeah, well, the coalition is an organization that network of community-based that started about 6 years ago,
Okay.
and there are organizations in Roxbury, the Black Economic Justice Institute.
Yes.
There's the Dorchester Roxbury Labor Committee, and then over in the Roxbury Jamaica Plain area, there's City Life Vida Urbana, and there's a regional group called Action for Regional Equity. Organizations focus on improving the job situation, construction jobs, permanent jobs, for the workers, particularly workers in Boston, workers and women.
Okay. What have they accomplished thus far?
Well, it's we were very in January of last year, working with the mayor, so that we had worked with the mayor for in Walsh for a couple of years on what's called the Boston Residency Jobs Policy.
Yes.
It's a policy that I was associated with it when it was initially passed in 1986. It said that 50% of the hours on every construction in Boston had to go to Boston workers, that 25% of the jobs need to go to workers of color and 10% to women.
They need to go to but we all know they have not been in compliance throughout the city. But everybody knows Chuck Turner has been a grassroots pioneer advocacy since the early 70s. The group that you had, Greater Roxbury Workers Association. I was one of his soldiers back there in the days.
It was a great group.
It's a great group. And I think we need to bring back some more actions that Greater Roxbury Workers Association had, because we was getting things done.
Well, that's why we're here tonight.
Okay.
Because while we were able to pass a revived Boston residency job policy that raised the percentage for workers of color and tightened up the enforcement process, we said that what we always need is workers who are working together to advance themselves individually, but doing that on a collective basis. Because we all know that while we each have have to look at our family, the reality is that we have to work together if we're going to achieve anything.
Absolutely.
And so BJ is forming an organization called The Family.
The Family,
And it's a
yes.
group of construction workers, manual skills, who are working together to advance the interests of non-union workers in the construction industry and manual trade jobs.
Needed, because all the jobs here just seem like they're union jobs when there are highly qualified men and women that live in the community, but they're not union. That does not have any of the jobs that come into the community. I'm going to switch my attention. I see you have with you Brother Supreme. And was the vice president of NAACP for quite some time, wasn't you, sir?
Yeah, I was vice president for approximately 4 years.
Okay, yes.
I was 6 years with the organization as a member. I came in with Michael Curry as his campaign manager, and he wanted me to help him get elected to the branch office because of the recognition that the branch had received. It was dormant for approximately about 10 years or so, and the youngest member was approximately 65. So he asked if I would come in, and I explained to him, I go outside the box.
Yes, we know. We know.
So I was elected with the team effort of everybody that worked with me, and he asked me to stick around. I began this community coordination, and that's how the branch began to get the recognition and the membership growth. We began to bring in a youth. We had a youth corps where I created a program called Pipeline Leadership, where I changed the direction of the school to prison to youth to be better and making better decisions and being more powerful in their voice. One of the things that a lot of that, since I've been teaching these youth and stuff like that, I've created a whole loud voice of the youth when they walk the Latin stuff, all of that good stuff. Those are a few.
How did you get hooked up with Chuck Turner?
Who can't get hooked up? No, actually, when I left the NAACP, I became a freelance agent of change, and Larry Ellis, who is the president of MAMLEO, noticed that I wasn't able to work with the community like I was at NAACP, where I used to do community complaint intakes. And that's where I used to help individuals understand their discriminational issues, the work issues, and so forth, so on, just to get them holistic. Mostly it's your due process, because it's not taught to you. So I came to, Larry asked me to set it up again, and now it's under Citizens Assist Project, where I meet with individuals every Wednesday, 10 to 1, pair them up with lawyers if necessary.
Is this
At 61 Columbia Road.
61 Columbia Road? Y'all right there to see you in the place. I'm gonna turn it to music. You have a music. What are you? A manager in the music business?
Yo, everybody do. You don't work. You don't never do anything. But yeah, I'm the owner of Supreme Entertainment and founder.
Okay.
And I brought this company. This company is about 36 years old. And we came out of Universal. I decided that, independent, at the time I started it, independence was like something that no one looked at, and always rushed to buy independent record labels real quick, control them and such. And with my research, I found out that, the independent business is a $5.8 billion business,
Sure
but it's
is.
not controlled. So thus I
That's a
created,
key.
So I
Capitalism.
invented Supreme Entertainment as an A&R consulting company.
Okay.
And we've been doing that for a while. And throughout the 30-something years, not only have we been doing entertainment, but we became venture capitalists and,
And what is it called? Black Market
Black
Gang?
Market Gang.
Black Market Gang.
Is one of our Black Market Gang records.
Okay.
And big shout outs to Bobby.
I know you got a guy
Bugsy
in there
Street.
called Bugsy Street.
Yeah.
If you're looking there, Bugsy, what up?
Yeah, that's my man. He came to me. It took him 7 years to get me to sign him. This
Okay.
kid was relentless. I wasn't signing any Boston artists because every time I signed a Boston artist, there was an instance of some sort that created the business to go to. And I just decided that I wasn't going to sign Boston artists until I absolutely was able to develop and groom them correctly. Basically, he was like, "No, you ain't passing me up." What I had to do to make it happen, and I ended up signing him. Then we established BMG Records, and it's like now it's just kind of forming the industry. And again, it's just like even with the community stuff, it's hard to get these people to it's a new day. You got to do it a new way.
Yeah. Chuck, there's a project that's going on that BJC has. New project. Can you tell us a little something about it?
Well, and the thought was first that we needed to pull the non-union construction workers together because they're all over our community, all
Yes,
over the
it is.
city. It's out of compliance.
Yes.
It has a policy, but they aren't. And so we said, we've got workers who could put them into compliance. So we said, let's pull them together. But a job is not enough. We said we want to pull workers together around our ability to help them get a job. But there are so many other issues, housing issues, health
Ownership,
issues,
yes.
career issues, really where they're going in life. And so we said, while we're going to focus on getting helping them get jobs because they need that income, we're also going to show them where the resources are in the community that can help them with housing, help them with health issues, help them with their career development issues, training organizations. That is, we have so many resources in the community, but we often don't use them because we don't know they're there.
Yes.
And so our purpose
Information.
is to show them where the jobs are, some income through using their skills, but to show them where the other resources are that can help them move forward so they really understand that they're in the midst of a community with of helping them and build a foundation so that they can develop and build a foundation.
What made you come up with the name? What made you come up with the name the family? How did that come about? Is that your brainchild? Is that yes?
Well, it's that I think what we don't talk enough about is that their feeling of being separated, particularly for our young people, that there isn't a sense of solidarity. When in the 60s, we had a sense that we were a community that was really moving forward and that we had to work together, and that a question of that group spirit that really could move us forward. I don't see that here now. You know, there are good things, positive things going on. People are moving forward, but that sense that we're really a community is not just in our individual achievement, but our power is in our working together and creating group achievement. Not see it, and so we said, let's call what we're doing the family. And you know what's interesting? That word really catches people. That our organization always talking about, well, the family is going to do this, the family is going to do that. We have to figure out how we get the food.
Gives you a sense of connection.
And it really sounds, you know, when we are talking to each other and talking about the family, it really in and of itself.
I loved it right when I heard that. I loved that right when I heard that. You know, as I was sitting in, I've been to a few of his meetings, and just sitting in it and joining the family, I feel like I'm part of that family and what I'm doing. You know, and I can't look forward to coming again. When is the next meeting? In
Thursday, June 14th. It'll be at 6 o'clock. We have what they call collations. You know, we have some pizza there, some sodas there, so people coming off of work or coming out of other situations can have some food. Snack. But then some snacks, and then 6 o'clock at 61 Columbia Road, the place where Mamleo is located, where Supreme, and where the Black Economic Justice Institute. That is
Brother Lowe and Sister Chris
who
Priscilla.
is the chairperson of BJC. So it's a logical location for the family to establish itself.
This is a great organization, and I encourage you to join. This is your family. This is your community. This is your family. And if you have some advice to give to these youth, what would you say to them? You're saying it to them. What could you give them? Because they do listen to you, Chuck. And I would give them some words of encouragement as we close out.
My advice is believe in yourself. We are always hearing and have always heard negative things because there is a real desire on the part of, let's be honest about the establishment, to keep us down. I mean, that's just the reality. And one way of doing that is to plant the seeds of doubt, to make us have the ability to do anything, that they are all powerful and just accept it and lay back. My experience is that those who rejected that idea, who really say to themselves, I am somebody, I do have skills, or say some more skills, so I have some more power, that once you put that in mind and begin to act on that thought, you create a new reality. You create a new reality.
Yes,
we are creators.
Yes.
Just look at, talking about music.
Yes.
Who are the creators in the music field? Who are the creator field? We are the creators in the science field. They kept it secret, but if you look at the history of science, you can see we have been the creators in the science field.
Absolutely.
And so that creative spirit in every one of us, you just have to reach into yourself and believe, know that it's there, and that you're spring it out so that you can help create a new world.
Man, well said. Brother Supreme, right here. I want you to get all your focus. These your people's watching you now. I ain't gonna put you on the spot. But serious. I want you to say a few words for the young people out here about the organization and whatever you feel that you want to say. Close.
Well, what you've been bamboozled. Don't believe it all that you've just been shown. Lack of it, relying on you to build on that lack of. Okay, that means being able to. I'm gonna say it like this. The web is open to giving you Google. I mean, I can tell you a few other places you can go. YouTube. And knowledge is your power. Now, when the Black Panthers was screaming Black Power, they were speaking of black. With that black knowledge, there is power. And if you go through the history, we've shown you that over and over. It's just that we keep, stumbling and dropping the ball. I apologize to my young youth for dropping that ball and not being where I should have been a long time ago. Okay. So that's one of the reasons why I reach back. I give them the voice and the power to build and be heard. Big shout out to Andrew, lead youth organizer for our project called Flow, which is Future Leaders of the World, where we're teaching youth how to engage leaders as well as entrepreneurs in their own community, in their own building their own society. Voice not be heard. Speak up, speak out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you have a problem with that, you tell them your boy Supreme's got your spine. So come see me and I'll make sure.
And tell the folks one more time about the upcoming meetings at the house there, 61.
Well, two. One's about the Wednesday.
Okay, so there's a lot going on with 61 Cumberland Road. Wednesdays, 10 to 1 is the Boston Citizens Assist Project, where I work with you and pair you up if necessary with lawyers, get you to understand your due process. Every second and fourth Friday, which is the Fathers Program, where we sit with fathers over their issues, get them guide them, mentor them in their issues, as well as help them with their probate and legal stuff.
Oh, very important.
So that happens every second and fourth Wednesday, 6 o'clock at Manuel. The 15th, we're having a special showing of it's a documentary. If you haven't seen it, look it up. If you want to come see it, Friday, the 15th, 6 o'clock. Right there in the main hall.
You've heard it.
We'll be
you heard it first.
And put that out. Reason why I always do what I do is because, again, we keep going back to sleep. We gotta stop going up. We gotta get engaged. If you don't do it, nobody's gonna do it, and you cannot complain about your way your environment is. Environment is that way because you have not stepped up and did anything about it. Your room won't get clean, like my mama said. Your room won't be clean.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I think that about wraps it up for this edition to the C. Can we do a part 2 on this right here?
Oh, most definitely, because I want to come back and talk to y'all about the network.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a big thing. Tell y'all what we're going to be doing with that, and that's.
I appreciate you, brothers, for taking the time out of your busy schedules and coming and sharing it with us here on SCAT TV.
And don't forget the Thursday, June 14th, between the Wednesday and the Friday that Supreme is organizing, we're going to have the 6 o'clock, and want all of you, men, women, who have construction skills or manual trade skills,
listen to this.
Real opportunities out here. We want to share them with you, help you take advantage of them, and so we can really build a foundation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And let me add on to that, because Chuck knows I get access to a host of other jobs. You don't do construction and you're looking for employment. We want you to come on to the meeting because your input could be that input we need.
Exactly.
It's a holistic thing. It's not just a one partial thing. Don't look at it as one partial thing, because everybody needs employment, whether you're a construction worker or you're a maintenance man. It don't matter.
Or
you know someone, send them to us on that Thursday, the 14th, and
write it down.
Have them sit down with us, because I'm going to have a list of jobs. I usually bring it down, and if you want to get that information, you got to be in the building. I'm going to tell you, like one of my young men told me, library, and if nobody comes to you, It's like not going in there to take the book off the shelf. Come on, wake up, everybody's teacher. I ain't gonna charge you like colleges.
Okay. Peace and love.